Welcome to part 3 of the Shepherdpedia demonstration. In this part, we are going to be adding content to the page house. Please note that before you create a page on Shepherdpedia, that you should have your research completed and know what you're going to be writing about. In this case, because we are just doing a demonstration and using a test page, we're going to just go ahead and add content without thoroughly having thought out what's going to be on the page itself. So let's get started. We have a blank slate right here. The Shepherdpedia looks very much like Microsoft Word. So you've got your toolbar up here, with your basic formatting options of bold, italicize, your link button, the picture button, and other font options and indentations and list options. We'll go through each one of them in more detail. I just want to get you familiar with the lay of Shepherdpedia. So that's the basic toolbar. Right now we're editing in the Wiki Text tab. Wiki Text tab is what the editors use and what allows us to add special text that shows up to the user as formatting. The other useful tab is the Preview tab. When we click this, we can see what the reader will actually see. And I'll go ahead and show that in a demonstration, which will make it easier to understand. So let's go ahead and get started. So I showed you the demo page house earlier, and the demo page house had a lead section. So instead of writing the lead section out, I'm going to go ahead and copy it from my demo page and paste it into my new page. So here's my lead section. One thing to note, when you're writing a lead section, the lead section should be an introduction to the article. It should summarize all the key points covered in the article, and it should also include the main points or an overview of the topics. So as a rule of thumb, the lead section should start with the name of the page. So in this case, our page is about a house, so we should have the word house. Okay, and that word house should be followed by the Sherpa script, the Nepali script, and the phonetic translation for house. If you do not know what those are, or if you're not comfortable with them, please do not attempt to write them. We'll go ahead and have some editors come in later and add that in for you. So don't worry too much about that. But just know that your article should start with the word house. Additionally, the word house should be bolded. So I'm going to bold the word house, but before I do that, I'm going to show you what I have right now. So I have the lead section, very simple. I'm going to go ahead and click on preview. So when I click preview, this is what the reader will see when they visit Shepherdpedia. Okay? What I want to do is bold the word house so that the reader knows this page is about house. So to bold a word, go ahead and highlight the word and click B from the toolbar. Okay? So now I've got some quotations around the word house. Now I'm going to click on preview because I want to see what that looks like. So there we go. The word house is now bolded. Okay, and return back to the wiki text to edit. I also noticed that there is some spacing issues where in wiki text it looks like there's a space between house and the rest of the paragraph, but when I click preview, everything it looks like a run-on sentence. So I want to create a break right between these two words, house and when, so that things look a bit tidier. So going back to wiki text, I'm going to put my cursor right after the word house, and I'm going to add and click on this enter icon right here. It says new line, and that's going to add some special text, which is BR in brackets, which means break. And if I click on preview, I'll show you exactly what that does. So it creates a break between the word house and when, so it aligns much nicer now. Okay, so now that we've got a very, very basic lead section, we can go ahead and add the rest of the article. And what I mean by the rest of the article is all the sections of the article, because right now all we have is a lead section. So I'm going to flip back to the demo page and remind you what a table of contents looks like. Okay, so for the table of contents for the house, I have basically 3 sections: type of house, rooms, and construction. And under that I have many subsections and subsections. The way table of contents works is, first you need to identify the heading of each section and subsection that you want to create in your article. So we're talking about sections such as type of house and subsections such as single-story house. Okay. When you write out each section, the table of contents will actually automatically generate. So it's a lot easier if I show you what I mean by that. So let's go back to our blank page. Okay. So let's create a section underneath the lead section called types of houses. Okay. Types of houses. Okay. Now I want this to be a section. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight it and go to this heading box right here. If you don't see the heading box, you'll want to click on Advanced, and that will display the whole toolbar. From heading, you'll want to click on Level 2, and that is what signifies it as a section. Level 1 is actually the page itself, house. Level 2 is the first section called types of houses. Okay. Now, under types of houses, I want to write generally about a quick summary about what types of houses exist. So a summary about types of houses. I don't want to go into too much detail, but I do want to talk a little about what types of houses are available. So I've created a section, and now I want to preview it to see if Sharepedia did in fact automatically generate a table of contents. So let's go to preview, and you'll see here that we've got types of houses listed as a section, but there's no table of contents. And the reason why is because you need at least 3 sections to have a table of contents automatically generate. So let's go back to Wikitext and add 2 more sections. So let me remind myself. Okay, there's another section called rooms and another section called construction. So let's go ahead and create 2 more sections: rooms and construction. Okay, so we'll do the same thing. We'll highlight the word rooms, click on heading, and make it a level 2 heading. Level 2 once again means it's the main section. And let's do the same thing for construction. Highlight it, click heading, and level 2. Okay, now I have at least 3 sections, so let's see what happens when we click preview this time. Okay, so still no table of contents. Let's add some subsections and see if that does anything. So under types of houses, if you recall from the demo page, there's single-story house, 1.5-story house, and 2-story house. So let's add some subsections. Okay. So the way we do that is go ahead and write the name of the subsection. So single-story house, 1.5-story house, and 2-story house. Okay. So the types of houses is a section, and single-story house is going to be a subsection. So go ahead and highlight it, click on heading, and click on level 3 this time. So when you click on level 3, you'll see that instead of 2 equal signs next to it, there's 3, which means it's a subsection underneath types of housing. Let's do the same thing for the other types of housing. Okay, and for 2-story house, I'm also going to click heading and level 3. Okay, now let's go to preview and see if it's created anything for us. Okay, now you can see that the table of contents has automatically generated. Great. So table of contents is great, but within these sections we actually need to have information in each section. So just to kind of create a realistic demo page, I'm going to go ahead and go to my house page that's already created and just copy and paste some of the information that I've already got. Okay. Okay, single story house. And for the for a two-story house, copy and paste information. Okay. Okay, and for the 1.5 story house, I will just put some. This is demonstration text. Okay. Okay, so I've added some filler for this demo page. What I'll do now is just go ahead and click on preview, and now we've got something that resembles more of a page. You've got the lead section starting off with the word house. You've got a table of contents. You've got sections and subsections. So we have the basic structure for a page. There are some more formatting options that we should explore, such as italicizing and creating links, and we'll do so in the next part.